Everybody, Tropical Tim in the Philippines here, in Palawan specifically. I'm doing a little sit down today. I actually enjoy vlogging on the go, going to different places and showing people my experiences and things like that. But I was asked by a few people, not that many, if I would kind of provide some information on living in the Philippines and life in general, besides being out there actually vlogging and showing where I'm having a good time and providing some information, a little bit of humor. So that being said, my wife of 37 years, my Filipino wife, is in Manila. She's been there since the 18th. I actually leave tomorrow morning. I'm taking the boat. It's a 24-hour journey. Leave here at 7 and arrive in Manila the following day, Monday, at 7. And the purpose of our visit up there is to finish collecting and packing out all of our stuff for onward transportation down here to our Nipa hut, Nipa house, whatever you want to call it, bamboo house, here in Palawan. This was part of our lifelong dream throughout our years of being together. So I'm going to get started, and but before I do, let me first say that before you click the see you later button, many of you who are interested in the Philippines have heard a lot of this stuff before, over and over, many times, from other vloggers who have been here infinitely or whatever. And I myself, prior to coming over here, just this past April, early April we arrived, I decided I had enough of life in the States, and kind of retired a little bit prematurely at a young 59, but with my military pension and a little bit of savings that we had, it's all good. Just woke up one day and kind of looked at my wife, and she looked at me and said, yeah, pretty much that's it, I'm done. Didn't feel like getting up and going to work anymore. I was good at what I did. I was in the restaurant business after my 20 years in the Navy, and just decided I didn't have to do that anymore. So that being said, with all the other vloggers that are out there, I actually tuned into several of them, mostly just to kind of get any updates, things that might come in handy for me as soon as I hit the islands here, because I already had been in and out of the Philippines many times. My first time was 1980, and that's when I actually met my wife. And then of course I was back in 81, 82, 83, and then I was stationed at Subic Bay from 84 to 87, about 3.5-year tour. And then that was that. Picked up and left and continued my journey sailing with the Navy, and came back one time on an aircraft carrier Nimitz in 89. And that was it. Hadn't been back since until now. We just moved back here to retire and live the dream as it is. But I did view several vloggers just to kind of get some updates on anything that I might have either forgotten or didn't know had changed, just to help my lot in life out here once I got here. And some of it was helpful and useful, and a lot of it was old hat for me, since I've been married to a Filipina for 37 years. Cool. And I'd been in and out of here so many times. Now this is my first time to Palawan. I've been here 2 weeks now. So this is a new experience for me. It's not like Olongapo City or Subic Bay Naval Station or Clark up by Angeles City. And I've already been in those places since I've been back exploring or just visiting friends. So I don't even subscribe to the big boy vloggers. For me, there's no point. For you, there might be. A lot of them have various content and information to share, so you may want to check it out. But it's also, I think, kind of cool to check out newer vloggers like myself, because either it's a new experience or rehashing of old experiences and kind of a more updated reference, if you will, point of view. Nothing wrong with the big boy vloggers. I just for me, there's nothing there that I can't figure out on my own. And if you came here, ultimately, you would probably fall into that same category. However, if there's somebody that you specifically like their content time and time again, or enjoy hearing them, that's great. Go for it. Nothing wrong with that. So like I said, a little bit about my story. I think pretty much I covered that, and now I'm here, and I'm just no stress, so relaxed, and it's really an awesome experience. Long ways to go. There's always some pitfalls and lessons learned as you move forward with things, and that's okay. That's part of the excitement and the experience. My kids, actually, and they're all adults, all 5 of them, and they're doing well back in the States. They were huge advocates of me to just, that's it, go Dad, go. That's your dream, your mom and yours dream, so pick up your stuff and go. You'll be fine, we'll be fine, you know, all that good stuff, and kind of got pushed over that line to make it happen, so I did. Went from securing my passport and a few other things, and 3 months later, after saying, okay, I'll do it, whole bunch of suitcases in my living room, and my wife's filling them up with all kinds of stuff, so that was cool. So now we're here, and the way I got here is, as I tell and explain to you my experiences, listen closely, because some of it might help you in the long run. We actually booked our tickets. I don't know which website my wife used, something like Cheap Air or Cheapo Air or something, whatever, and got our tickets well in advance, anywhere from 3 to 6 months out. So if you think that you are going to come here, don't get on a plane the night before, buy your tickets a week before or something like that. You're going to pay. It's going to cost you. Try to book your tickets far out in advance as possible, and you've heard that from a lot of other vloggers, I'm sure. Now, where to go? I can't tell you that. That's up to you. So if you think you have the money and the time and you want to kind of travel around, or just take the advice of other well-seasoned vloggers or people that have been living here for a while, you can do that. I did not come here to move to a geographical location that featured a multitude of expats, retirees, military retirees, expats from other countries, and there's communities, whole communities dotted around the various islands here that feature that. That's not for me. I wanted to come here and live the true Filipino experience. Now, that being said, it's nice to be able to run into a Westerner now and again, and you will, pretty much everywhere, and shoot the breeze or talk about politics back home or your favorite sports team or whatever. Have a beer, you know what I mean? Okay, I think I will. So you can do that, but a lot of people do it because of that. They're afraid to be removed totally from their society, or any 100% of the elements from their society, and they think they got to pack it in and go to the bar or to the restaurant or to the cafe or to go have breakfast, and yearning and wanting to see other expats like themselves. That's fine, nothing wrong with it. Not for me. Got nothing against the other expats that are here. Again, I do enjoy running into one every now and again, and that's kind of how I want to keep it, just running into one on occasion, saying howdy, having a beer, whatever. So where you live is up to you. I can tell you that you're either going to be in a large city, you're going to be in a medium-sized city, you're going to be in a small city, you're going to be in a small town, you're going to be in a small village, or you are going to be out in the boondocks, what they call the province, pretty much the countryside. It's just up to what you like and what you want to do in your lifestyle. Housing, totally available, totally abundant. You've heard all the vlogs before. You cannot own land here, so don't even think about it. You can buy into a business. You can build a house or a condo. There's different websites and all the vloggers that do all that. You know, you can learn about that. You can live dirt cheap, and I mean dirt cheap. You can get a small hole in the wall for as little as $50 to $60 a month, or you can get a villa for, you know, a couple $3,000 a month, and everything in between. Just depends on you. Cost of living here, I mean, what can I say? It's pretty simple for me. It is so cheap here for so many things: food and transportation, entertainment. The things you're going to pay a lot for are electronics, kitchen appliances, clothing, shoes. Difficult to find. They got some decent stuff here in the malls, the nicer places, but difficult. So just something to think about. That brings me to my next category. Before you leave, you should pack what we call balikbayan boxes. They're big boxes. They're the same size. The cardboard is very heavy corrugated, high test strength fiberboard, and you can put in there anything you want so long as it's not contraband or drugs or anything like that, and ship the stuff over to you once you establish an address. I recommend that you put a supplemental to and from address inside the box before you seal it, and get some really good expensive duct tape and tape them bad boys, the corners, the flaps, tape it real good, and some clear legible addressing on all four sides of the box where it's going to go. And then I even take wideband scotch tape and tape over the address where it's clear you can read it, but so inclement weather during shipping can't destroy it or smudge it or things like that. So you'll just have to use your own common sense on that. And I've shipped, name it, clothes, tools, food, some electronics, some kitchen appliances, things like that. So it works really well. And there's companies out there, you just go online and you'll find the different companies that ship to the Philippines. Typically, if you're in a big city close to one of those companies, the box will cost you anywhere from $5 to $10, and then the ship it's going to cost you anywhere from, I mean, it changes. There's different companies, Forex and LBC, things like that. The further away you are, the more you're going to pay at the nearest drop-off point, because there's middlemen and they have to transport it down to the big city where eventually it's going to get containerized, put on a ship, make its way over here, and you'll get it. And you can expect 2 to 3 months, anywhere in that range, and it should come over. So that's one way of setting yourself up. So when you come over here and you establish an address, then you can have someone back home do that for you. Just give them the money or however you want to arrange it, and ship your balikbayan boxes. Balikbayan. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Definitely bring 2 suitcases full of not much in the way of clothes. I would bring a ton of shorts. I always like to wear the ones that the crew shorts that have the side pockets down below the regular pockets. That helps me secure certain valuables as I'm walking around town. Let's see what else. T-shirts, couple pairs of decent tennis shoes, 1 or 2 pair of really good high quality sandals. I'm talking about where your foot is enclosed pretty much, not flip-flops. These are abundant here, they're cheap, and that's good for just kind of stomping around the house. Maybe a half a dozen pair of socks. You're just not gonna wear shoes and socks that often. It's not gonna happen. Maybe 1 pair of jeans, maybe 1 pair of dress slacks at the most. Matter of fact, I would put that in my balikbayan boxes, because there's just never an opportunity, rarely, to wear that stuff. So keep that in mind. Dress real light. Some good bedding, like good sheets and good pillowcases, is a must. It's hard to find here. Things like that. But you can go online and get a lot of different ideas from other people too, what their experiences were. And remember, everything I'm talking about is based on my experience, my opinion. You don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you what I've experienced and what I know. And I don't know that much. I don't claim to anyway. But anyway, I'm just trying to share with you and help you out. Visas, I really don't want to get into that because there's a multitude of different visas. One of the best places to visit for visa information is go on the line to PBI, Philippine Bureau of Immigration, and they chart it all out. Do you want a 9A? Do you want a 13A? Do you want an SRRV? Do you want just a tourist visa that you have to renew every 30 to 60 days? That's what it's all about. So it would take 2 hours to break all that down for you, maybe longer. I don't know. And I know about them. So if anyone asks me questions, I'll answer them. If I don't have the answer, I'll try to get the answer for you. But I'm not a walking encyclopedia, so I'll tell you what I know without blowing smoke up your rear end. And if I don't know it, I'll say, you know what, I don't have an answer to that. Let me see what I can find out for you. Excuse me. See, when the wife's away, the cat will play. No, actually, I'm sitting here in my Nipa hut and a nice day out. And I went stomping around the last couple days on my own. But I just wanted to chill out because I'm traveling tomorrow. So I thought this would be a good time to talk to some of you. Kind of a little meet and greet. You can see who I am. Always for 40 years had a Navy haircut. 20 years in the Navy and then 20 years in restaurant management. So always had that clean cut look. But if I let this down, man, it's going to flop right down in here in my face. I got the ponytail going and I'm trying to become island-like. Don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it's hot having long hair. But I'm just experimenting. I'm being more of a rebel. And actually my daughter kind of bet me that if I could grow my hair. So that's a different story. I won't go into that. So let's talk about women briefly here in the Philippines. Some of the most beautiful women in the world. But many countries can make that same claim. I met my wife, back in 1980, and I thought she was the sweetest, hottest thing on two legs. And I still feel that way about her. But what I want to touch on quickly is I am not a proponent of long-distance relationships. And what I mean about that is there's different websites where you can meet Philippine women, girls on. I don't necessarily approve of them. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but I don't understand. I've heard so many horror stories and the crying and the tears about how a Westerner hooks up online with a Philippine girl, and the relationship starts out, and again, many vloggers have covered this. I'm not the expert, but this is just my opinion. And after a while, here it comes. They're asking for money for this, for that, and you can only see this. You can only see this of her. You can't see the 2 or 3 kids behind her, the husband in the background. And I'm not saying that's the case with every encounter. What I am saying is everyone that I know that's married to a Filipina pretty much has seen, touched, smelled, felt, and experienced the actual individual. I mean, how does somebody go online, establish a relationship with someone they can only see just like you're looking at me, and then all of a sudden fall in love? I find that difficult to believe, but I guess maybe it's possible. I don't know. I get the infatuation with a gorgeous Filipino woman. I really do. And then send money, and then several months later, after he sent hundreds, thousands, thinking he's doing the right thing, he's got this girl lined up so when he gets here, and she's gone. That would be known as a scam, and they're out there. But there's nice girls out there too, and even on some of the websites. Statistically speaking, my opinion based on everything I heard, the percentage of those online relationships working out long term are slim to none, and Slim just left town. There are some that have worked. Fabulous, nothing wrong with that. But I think you owe it to yourself, if I were you, just based on my years of being married to a Filipina and all the time I've been in the Philippines, that you come over and stay out of the bars. If you want to go there with your buddies and just have a good time, I mean, there's bunch of hot young ladies in there, but and I feel bad for their lot in life, that's where they have to go to help the family and make money. That's a different story. That's the way it goes. But there are so many attractive women in all the right places: the mall, the stores, the different businesses, at different agencies, at church, at the palenque, the market, the open air markets. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And here's definitely some solid advice. Be sure you get to know your girl well and for a long time. Establish that long-term relationship. Don't make any heavy commitments. Because I'm going to tell you what, just when you think you have found the perfect ideal girl, and she might be, she probably is, I guarantee you, when you're out and about with her, and no one's going to tell me differently, it's not going to happen. I wouldn't believe him. I'd call him a liar. I guarantee you, there's a big truck going by. I guarantee you will find yourself turning your head and going, oh my God. And a little while later, as you walk further down in the mall or down the street or in the market or wherever, you're going to turn your head again and go, oh my God. Because there's so many of them and they're so beautiful. You have to make sure. You have to make absolutely sure the girl that you're going to end up with is the one that you're going to stay with. Or you're just going to go, you're going to pay hell. It's a simple deal. It's a price, you're going to pay it. So make sure she's the one for you, because I guarantee you, you will rubberneck. You can't help it. I'm married 37 years, and my wife knows, I walk down, I can't help but see a girl coming my way or something like that, and you're just like, oh my God, how beautiful. But I'm faithful, so I don't worry about that. That has nothing to do with it. It's just like, there's so many, and they're so gorgeous. So if you want to play Run Around Sue and go and hit the clubs and all that, A, you're going to run out of money. B, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Lot of factors there. So just my advice, be careful. And also, plan on it. Definitely plan on it. If you do decide that you're going to get a girlfriend, live with her, get married, congratulations, awesome. And you're going to set up your family budget and all that. I'm going to tell you right now, Filipino women, until they get to the States, generally are not materialistic. They're not, because whatever situation they're in, once you meet them and you get married or whatever, you are raising them up to another level, and they're going to be so appreciative of it, and they're going to display that appreciation through affection, through loyalty, a whole slew of things. But one thing you have to remember, you better be ready and willing to budget a little bit of your money for her family. No way around it. No way around it. You don't have to give them all your money. You don't have to give them money all the time. You don't even have to give them money. But you better factor in somewhere along the way, the family needs a little help from time to time, now and again. Again, not always. You have to set those rules and communicate and make that agreement. Hey, I'm willing to help your family here and there, now and again. Don't want to be pressured. Everything will be fine. I don't give any of my wife's family money. Zero. Now I ain't talking about, hey, here's 100 pesos, 200 pesos, go have a lunch on me to my 2 nieces in Manila or something like that. I'm talking about flat out money. Not paying your rent, not paying your electric. I will treat you to food or to things or a birthday gift. I will buy you food. I'll buy you a sack of rice. This, unless it's an absolute detrimental emergency like the roof caved in. And even then, doesn't mean I'm going to pay for it all. I might assist or help, but that, again, is my opinion. That's my take on it. But my point here is be prepared. There's no way you can say no. You cannot. You can, but there go the ripples in the water. You know what I mean? It's like throwing a little pebble in a calm lake, and you see the ripples small and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So anyway, hope you do find somebody. Again, I'm not an advocate of online relationships. I think you should be able to hold, feel, smell, taste, experience. That's what's going to tell you if she's for you. How do you fall in love with someone that's doing this to you? Love you. Really. Again, some have worked out. Terrific. I just think the percentage is small, and the risk versus reward is tremendous. Anyway. So, next thing I want to talk about real quick is Filipino attitude. Some of the best people in the world. I guarantee you that I could go and knock on a Filipino door whom I've never met before, and if I say I'm hungry and thirsty, if they have it, they're going to give it to me. No questions asked. They're not going to ask for anything in return. If they don't have it, they're still going to give it to me. They're going to find a way. That's just the culture here. They're just some of the most, they're blessed with huge hearts. Trust me, a lot of Westerners could take a cue from the outlook on life on the Filipino people. It's just amazing, amazing. They'll give you the shirt off their back. Parts of the Filipino attitude, not attitude, but way of life I don't like is if we're trained to be in a hurry, to be fast, go. Look, no watch. I threw mine away when I got here. I don't care what time it is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I look outside. If it's light, it's daytime. If it's dark, it's nighttime. I have no more responsibilities. I don't have to report to anybody. I don't have to go to work. Great experience. Hope you can get that too if this is one of your destination dreams. But if you're in a hurry here, you lose. You lose. It's just not set up that way. There's a thing called Filipino time, and I'm not going to go into that a lot. But if they say they're going to be there at 10 o'clock, expect quarter to 11, 11-ish. Just the way it goes. And their service industry is pathetic. Food's good, but they're just not trained to take care of the guest. They're not. Examples. You go into any fast food, and of course they've got them all. McDonald's, Burger King, Shakey's Pizza, all kinds of Jollibee, all kinds of places. You go in there for rush hour breakfast to get a Egg McMuffin or something like that. You'll see 4 to 6 registers, and you only see 2 of them manned with 2 long snaky lines of people trying to place their order. Why? Is that a way for them to budget their labor dollars? Do they not have enough employees? Is that a way to make the place look full, like it's busy, so it's inviting to a passerby? I don't know, but it sucks. And if you're not patient with that, and that just speaks to a lot of their businesses, when you go and you get in line, expect long waits. Just the way it goes. So you have to be able to fight through that. You cannot come over here with the attitude of, well, the way we were raised and groomed to be. Fast, hurry, fast. Not happening here. Besides, did you come over here to be in a hurry? I sure didn't. So it's okay to just suck it up, just take it. You'll eventually get served, you'll eventually get your business taken care of, or get your food, or whatever it is you're doing, and everything will be fine. But it's easy to get frustrated, I'm telling you. And they're pushy. If you're there in line, I'll go to a Sari store to get pandesal, little fresh baked bread in the morning or something like that. I'm actually just now next in line, and they'll come and step right in front of you and start speaking Tagalog to the caretaker inside the store and tell them what they want, and they expect to get it before you. It's humorous, it's funny, but you can't retaliate and turn around and backhand them. You want to. I've wanted to, but I'm like, are you kidding me? And the way they ride their tricycles and their cars and their bikes, the traffic laws, unless you're in a big city or in a special area like Makati or certain areas like that, it's not happening. As you're walking, as you're crossing the street, or if you're already standing there, they'll go right through you. So you gotta keep your head on a swivel and be alert about your surroundings at all times. But outside that, they're the greatest people. They just have their way of life. So get used to it. Stress, I want to touch on that just briefly. You create your own. I've had very little since I got here. My major stress was my big Nipa hut, and it's huge, that we built while we were in the States. We Skyped with my brother-in-law. He was supervising the build. We had 20 more feet out front. We had a Sorry store. I don't care about Sorry store. That was for my wife. I didn't even think she would end up staying in it long running it. She probably would have put one of her nieces or somebody in there. But it's something she wanted to mess around with. I'm like, that's fine. Plus about 10 more feet of house. It's gone because the road out here, unbeknownst to us, they widened it. They modernized it. They raised it up. And we had to chop off the store and 10 feet of our house. Really sucked. No compensation, no apology, no nothing. Tough crap. That's the way it goes. All right, so, you know, and like I say, that's how it goes. You move forward. Very disappointed. Our house is still nice size. I mean, like I said, I got a nice big 9x13 bedroom for me and my wife, and my brother-in-law's got a nice little, I don't know, 5x6, something like that, whatever, comfortable single bed for him, and it's okay. Our bathroom is awesome. It's really nice. The view's spectacular. No air condition needed, just some oscillating fans, and the breezes is just fabulous because they're right near the water. Got the mountains around us. Pretty cool. So it is what it is, you know. When if you can't hit the curveball and you swing and miss, sit on the fastball if you can hit fastballs and wait for that pitch. That's all you can do. You can't cry about it. You can't, you know, you move forward. So as disappointing as that was, we'll forge ahead and figure out what we're going to do from that. So anyway, wow, 30-minute video. I wasn't sure it'd take that long. I hope I didn't ramble. That was not my objective. I just wanted to take this opportunity since I'm all by myself. I say I didn't get a career in singing. Sitting here in my Nipa hut, staying nice and cool. Sometimes I'll step outside and people watch and things like that. For those of you who are subscribers to my channel, and I'm subscribed to yours, most of you already know, but if this is the first opportunity, you know, I've been slow to get to your videos and watch them and comment on them, and because I always do, I try to get to everything, because I don't have internet. I will. My internet system is up in Manila. Right now I have this little pocket Wi-Fi. Woo-hoo! And it's cool, but I can't watch any live videos live. I have to watch the replays. That's all right. When I'm not busy, I do that. And this thing is good between the hours of something like 10 or 11 at night till 5 in the morning. Awesome. It's fast. I can pull up my sports scores. My Brewers are sucking, by the way. And look at emails and just do different things. Watch other people's vlogs. And it moves rather quick, but from like, I don't know, 7, 8 in the morning till 10 at night, I guess there's just too much stuff in the air and it just can't handle it. So I just buffer and buffer and buffer, and I just, you know the feeling. You get frustrated and you just kind of hang up, said, I'm going to find something else to do. I'm wasting my time here trying to catch up and watch some of your all's videos. So that's the way it goes. But I try to watch them on the replay, or when I am up in the wee hours of the morning, and watch as many as I can real quick and comment on them and things like that. So that's it. Thanks for stopping by. I hope some of this was helpful. Again, I'm not an expert. There's vloggers who've covered so many different subjects on a lot of the matters here in the Philippines. You can go look at them extensively. I'm just giving you my quick take. I've only been in country now since early April, but I still carry a lot of past baggage and experience and information that is relative to me just getting here again. So I hope it works out for you. If you have any questions, by all means, you can ask me. I'll do the best I can to answer them. And I hope you enjoyed this long, boring narrative. No, actually, I hope it helps. So until then, peace out, guys. Walang katapad.